gentlemen, today's In Conversation session, titled Empowering Change, Women Leading the Way in Cinema, will focus on Kriti's journey as an actor and now producer. The conversation will delve deep into how Kriti sees her role and influence as a woman in today's film industry. The rise of strong female protagonists and how streaming platforms such as Netflix are creating more opportunities for authentic and diverse storytelling. To drive this conversation, we are pleased to be joined by acclaimed film journalist Rudrani Chattoraj. Rudrani leads the entertainment news vertical at Zoom, Times Network. For her contributions to the field of journalism, she has been honored with the Dada Saheb Phalke Film Foundation Award and the Maharashtra Gaurav Puraskar. Please join me in welcoming Rudrani to the stage. And now, I'm delighted to introduce our guest of honor for today, Kriti Sanon. Kriti dons many hats. In addition to being a national award-winning actor, she's also a producer and entrepreneur. Her debut production, Dopati, has been receiving a lot of love and acclaim on Netflix, not just in India, but also globally. We are thrilled she could join us at the 55th International Film Festival of India in Goa and look forward to hearing about her journey. Please give a big round of applause as we welcome Kriti Sanon on stage. May I now request Srimati Vrunda Manohar Desai, Joint Secretary, Films, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Government of India, to please join us on stage to felicitate our guests. I would also like to request Ms. Mahima Kaul from Netflix to join us on stage for a photograph. Thank you so much, ma'am. And now, over to Ms. Rudrani Chaturaj with a gracious request to commence the conversation.
Before I go there, thank you so much. It's so wonderful to see such a fantastic audience. I'm really excited to do this. Thank you so much. A round of applause once more for the beautiful Kriti Sanon, please. Hello, is the audio okay for you? I can hear myself. How are you all doing? Hello, it's wonderful to be at IFFI. It's a place that we discuss films, wonderful artists, and we are very excited to do this with, of course, a friend and an actor who has truly empowered the narrative in the Indian film industry by making some fantastic choices. Once more, before I start, a round of applause for this absolutely fantastic woman, please. So our topic today, as you already know, is about empowering change. And Kriti has truly done that. Kriti, you've been here for a while now and made some excellent choices. Let's go back to Mimi, right? From there to Kriti sitting in front of me with just another fantastic release at Dopati as a producer as well on Netflix that she just released. It's been quite the journey. But of course, every journey has its own story. So I want to tell the audience, and you must tell us, about how you feel the choices that you've made have impacted the person who's sitting in front of me and also the industry in a way, right, with your choices.
Firstly, hello everyone. Thank you for being such a quiet audience. इससे ज़्यादा quiet मैंने I don't think कोई audience इससे पहले देखी है.
I think we need to make a little bit more noise.
I'm hoping that you're quiet because you want to hear me, not because you're sleeping. Hopefully. Can we make a little bit of noise so I know you're up?
Woo!
Thank you. Thank you, IFFI. Thank you, Netflix. Thank you, Rudrani, for that wonderful, wonderful introduction. You have seen my journey very closely. It's so nice when you have an equation, especially being a part of the same fraternity, and you see each other grow in a way. So yes, Mimi has been a major milestone in my career, and from Mimi, which doesn't seem like very long back, to Dopati today, I think Mimi itself was a bit of a bold choice for me at that time, considering I was craving to finally take up something which was more on my shoulders, where I could dig in deep, which had a lot for me to do as an actor. And a lot of people told me to sort of, why do you want to be pregnant in a film? You're so young, why do you want to be a mother? Surrogacy is a very serious subject. Thodi arty ho jaogi, stuff like that. I heard a lot of things. But I don't think I saw beyond the story and what it made me feel and what it said. I think that is what has impacted me from there onwards, seeing the validation, seeing the love of the audiences, and the fact that I was right when I felt what I felt, because they felt it too, and they felt emotional, they remembered the story. I have so many people when they meet me and they talk about the film. And going forward, I think somewhere in my head, I wanted to take up a lot more stronger subjects. I wanted to take up a lot more stronger roles. I think it gave a certain confidence in the actor in me, in the potential that I believed that I had, and then the world also felt like, yeah, you're right. We would love to see you in some more, meatier stuff. So I think Dopati was also something that came out of my hunger to perform and find something deeper, more emotional, more layered. And Kanaka Dhillon, my writer and co-producer, gave me 2 characters. But more importantly, for what the story said. That's the reason why I wanted to also creatively be involved and produce it, because the subject that it talked about was very, very close to my heart. And I felt like it's relevant, it's, existing all around us, and it needs to be spoken about.
100%. I'm sure all of you have watched Dopati, which is streaming on Netflix. So we must give another round of applause to Kriti Sanon. Like she rightly said, A movie that is truly impactful in its way. We talk about so many different aspects of being a woman, besides the violence against women that the movie talks about. Before we get into that, I must say we had another interesting film from you, Teri Baaton Mein Aise Ulja Jia, and that too playing a robot. She gave the amazing performance with literally the best straight face. Kriti, can we have you do the straight face, please? That dead look that works.
The dead look, but more than the dead look that actually connected to the kids was the, oh, joke. Oh, yeah. That
true.
Connected.
That too.
You know,
but you know, it's very difficult to do a good straight face and emote. You know what I'm saying?
You know, what was very tricky was I thought कि इसमें तो ज़्यादा emotion है नहीं because ये robot है. So like I won't get to do much. And for the longest time when I used to perform with Shahid, I remember cribbing because I was like, oh my God, you know, you're getting to do so much and I can't flow with you. But I was also on a very, very tight rope because I had to be robotic, but not in a very robotic way. I had to be someone who the robotics engineer doesn't get to know is a robot because she's so close to being a human. But she's not human. So it's a very, very tricky line. And I feel like a lot of things that Sifra did, you know, she was absolutely perfect. She was very elegant. She would never be wrong. You know, she would hardly blink. She would open the door with so much grace. ये मेरी body में है ही नहीं. मैं लगती हूँ बहुत graceful, but मैं life में गिरती पड़ती रहती हूँ. So for me to be doing that was also very like not like me. And this laughter, I was so scared of this laughter, I can't tell you. I have to tell you how this laughter came along. So every time the director used to, the director and writer, they both have written the story. So when they used to narrate it, he would do this laugh and I'm like, shit, ये बहुत थोड़ा ये OTT है मेरे लिए, मतलब over the top, I don't think I can do it. मुझसे mimicry नहीं होती है, you know. So I was like, okay, how do I do this? One day, Meera was on the set, okay, and my team, my hair makeup, Shahid, Meera, we all were here, and something they said in a sarcastic way, and I just randomly said, oh, joke, hey, and they all laughed, and Shahid just looked at me, he's like, do that. So it just happened that I cracked it, while not really thinking about it. But yeah, I'm really glad and happy that it really connected with kids especially, yeah. You know, like I have had kids who have gotten scared of me when they saw me for the first time in reality and they were like, but she's a robot, you know, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go charge. So
that's just fantastic. Also, such an interesting story. Sometimes, for actors, the best things come out of what's happening in real life, doesn't it? As you have
when
to
you're
always
not
observe.
thinking about it, you know, when you put too much thought to something, sometimes it's not that real.
100%. And Kriti always keeps it real. And on that note, we're talking about perfect women. She just said, you know, Sifra was supposed to be this perfect woman. We were talking about how there's so much pressure on women off screen and on screen to be perfect. You know, they hardly have gotten the opportunities to play flawed characters so much, you know, and there's so much more judgment for female characters and also actors. When they play flawed gray shades, you get a little bit more flack than the men who have been doing it for years. While we have a wonderful, you know, time today where we are doing everything. You have played Dopatti, you play this absolutely evil twin who is deliciously doing malicious things, let's put it that way. But there was a joy in that, right? Like as an actor.
I had a lot of fun. I don't think I've had so much fun with any character as I had with Shaily's character because it was unapologetic. It had no moral compass, it had no boundaries. You know, we all somewhere want to be good people and we have these moral compasses and these boundaries. In front of media also, I have a certain thing that अच्छा मैं ये नहीं बोल सकती हूँ, पता नहीं कुछ और ना सोच लें. And I loved that Shaily में कुछ था ही नहीं. She didn't care. So it just felt so liberating to not care. And yeah, as you said, I feel like it's very important to show real women, like you show real men. Real men are flawed. People are flawed. Nobody is perfect. Everyone has their insecurities, their traumas, there are things that don't make them perfect. And I think पहले बहुत time से ना women in cinema have been, women characters in cinema have been more looked from a male gaze, a male perspective. ये तो perfect है, you know, ये दिखती भी perfect है, इसके बाल भी उड़ते हैं, ये शर्माती है, ये धीरे बोलती है, softly बोलती है, इसकी हंसी बहुत अच्छी है, ये सहमी सी बेचारी लड़की है जिसको गुंडों से हमेशा हीरो बचा रहा होता है, you know.
वेट करना पड़ता है.
That's what is the projection has been for a long time. But nobody's really asked if women really want to be that. Are they really that? No. Women can also be flawed. They can also feel jealous. They can also feel hurt. They can also feel angry and throw something, you know, like a man can. So I just feel like it's important to show strong-minded women who are not perfect, who are not your perception of what a good girl or a perfect girl should be. You know, whether it's your mother, whether it's your wife, whether it's your sister, everyone has their own flaws, yeah, and they're human beings. Why are they supposed to be perfect?
Can we please clap for her for this? Can we please? So well put. Also, you know.
And sorry, I'm just saying, तेरी बातों में ऐसा उलझा जिया, Sifra was that perfection that a man desires. जो आपकी बात सुन रही है, जो ज़्यादा, जिसके ज़्यादा टंटे नहीं हैं, जो ज़्यादा चिक चिक नहीं करती है, जो बहुत परफेक्ट दिखती है सारा टाइम, जो आपके लिए कॉफ़ी बना देती है, खाना बना देती है, आपको क्या चाहिए दैट. But the man thinks like he's in control till she makes him realize towards the end that you're not really in control. And she goes rogue and he can't do anything about it.
It's lesson, you know, it's a lesson that we all need to remember, that movie. But while we're talking about that, of course, you spoke about the male gaze that a lot of characters are written from. It'll be wonderful to have more female writers. I've seen you collaborate with Kanika and there are a lot of fantastic women that you collaborate with, even in Netflix, right? I think that also adds to changing this narrative that we have, getting in more stronger female people who understand what they're going through. What is your thought on this?
I absolutely feel like women slowly and steadily are coming to their own. They're coming into every field, you know, whether it's filmmaking, whether it's businesses. I think if they put their mind to something, they can do anything. So I don't think any profession should be biased towards one or the other gender, unless and until, yeah, a particular profession requires physical certain kind of an ability or strength. You know, so yeah, I'm really happy that women are sort of everywhere, whether it's, you know, heading Netflix to writing and co-producing. So I'm happy about that change, but I feel like the change will only happen if men and women both think in the same way. You know, where it has to be about progressive minds. It's not about a man or woman. Women also can't bring about a change just by themselves. So when I talk about, say, Mimi, it was written by a male writer. It was directed by a, male. Yeah, it was directed by a man. And to be honest, it's about how you look at things. So Mimi was a very progressive, very almost empowered girl of her time who made choices, who took things in her hands, who, you know, her life threw things at her, but she still stayed strong. And that was a man thinking of a woman like that. So I think it needs to be a perspective shift. You know, it just has to be progressive minds. And we need to stop thinking of man and woman, and it just needs to be human beings.
Well said. Well said. You know, with the rise of so many streaming platforms like, of course, Netflix and its global reach, there is, of course, we all know that it amplifies and it creates more opportunities to have diverse storytelling and for diverse talent, right? How do you especially look at this conversation, A? And because, you know, like you've collaborated with Netflix for your first outing, and we see how it's done. It's been trending, by the way. Again, it's still trending globally, so fantastic, really, Kriti, for that. And yeah, please, round of applause.
Thank
Come
you,
on.
thank you,
Let's make a
guys.
little more noise. You can be a little more. I know we're all people who know cinema. You can still have a little fun. It's fine.
Actually, problem क्या है ना, सबने ना अपने हाथ में फोन पकड़ा हुआ है, तो वो ज़्यादा चिल्लाएंगे तो फोन हिल जाएगा, है ना?
That is true.
है कि नहीं? Exactly.
That is true. That is true. But yeah, and on that, and also, of course, now getting the opportunity to take this to platforms like national awards with creating roles and having such fantastic storytelling. So I would like to understand how you look at this conversation.
Of digital mediums?
Yeah, and the fact that today, with their global reach, it gives you an opportunity to do any kind of storytelling, such diverse stories, and also, an opportunity to take it to, to national awards.
No, absolutely. I feel, Mimi was also a digital film. It didn't release in theaters, even though it was made for theaters. And it did give me everything that I would have ever dreamt of with that film. I think it is great because it kind of gives you a little more liberty of doing different kinds of stories, different kind of roles, stories that need to be heard probably, that may not be your general, massy commercial, but have their own audience. And I think the audience that is in theaters and the audience that watches a lot of world cinema on, Netflix and OTT platforms is different, and there is an intersection. But there's also a certain audience that likes watching like different kinds of cinema. And I think one of the reasons why even Dopati, we felt like Netflix was the perfect partner for it because of the global reach that it has. It's present in 120 plus countries, and it sort of, gives you a lot more global reach for a topic like this. We want this film, we want what is being said in the film to reach maximum amount of audiences, no matter where they are, because domestic violence is an issue that's not just pertaining to only India, it's everywhere. And I'm just so happy that it's been trending globally, that it's been watched globally, and people have felt it globally, because it's an issue that every, third household might have it. And we don't openly talk about it. So when a platform like Netflix talks about it with a film that is trying to entertain and then say something, I think it makes an impact.
100%. It's absolutely. I think it's wonderful. You brought up the subject about global impact. Netflix also, I think, has done many series that actually are led by women. Very strong, empowered roles. Is that also one of the reasons? I know because for you as a producer, it's not always only about the numbers. You're someone who also likes to work with people who are like-minded. A lot of content that they've done is also led by women and extremely strong roles. Did that also make you want to partner with them, because it was your first outing?
I think we just felt aligned on the script and for what it said. That was my reason. I think I've had a great debut with Mimi technically on it, and my debut as a producer again on Netflix. And it's given me a lot of love, both the films. And I just feel like they back strong content. They back content that just says something except for just entertaining. And they have very varied kind of content on Netflix. So I think that was one of the reasons why we instantly just felt like, okay, this film just needs to be made.
No, 100%. As a producer as well, of course, we all know that she has an excellent production house called Blue Butterfly Films. Blue Butterfly Films also is special because this was her first outing and it's already a hit. So that's clearly working out for you. It's great. Gives us the thought that you're going to take this forward, right? Like, imagine this is the first time producer taking it heads on, and you chose a subject like domestic violence along with other things in the film. But that makes me come to my question. What is your vision now for your production house? What are the kind of films that you want to choose? If your outing is this strong, I know it also gives me a feeling that you're going to go all out with your production house next.
To be honest, I haven't found my next butterfly. I haven't found it yet.
I like how you call it the butterfly.
But I feel let this butterfly fly a little bit, find her way. And I just know that whatever we do at Blue Butterfly Films has to have some heart in it, in some form. Like that is something, the kind of films that I feel for the most. In fact, when I was shooting for Mimi, I was just so passionate about the film and I just felt so much for the film that I wanted to be involved in every aspect. And that's when the thought of producing came into my head. When I was like, if I'm feeling so much and I know that I'm creatively, have a creative bent of mind, I want to be involved in not just being an actor, but also how the film is made, how the story is told. Then I should also start producing. And hopefully at some point, I hope Blue Butterfly Films is also producing stories where I'm not starring in, where maybe I'm not the best cast for that character. And I wanted to expand. So let the butterfly, it just started flying. Let her expand her wings, find her way.
I tried, so she's not giving us any hints about that. But you mentioned this, and it also makes me realize that you've always said that as an outsider, when you don't get opportunities, you have to create them, which is how Dopati literally happened for you. Now, when you talk about this particular conversation, and with your own production house, it also makes you realize that you are trying to create more opportunities indirectly, directly, for a lot of other women as well in the future. You've collaborated with a lot of women. You are always, there is never an ego when it comes to collaborating with fantastic women on screen as well. Crew, and there are a lot of other films, Dopati, etc., that we see. So there is that sense of security that you've always had, and also this vision that when we talk about women leading the way, we will take other women along with us. I want to talk about this.
Absolutely. I feel like that's really, really important. I also feel like, when times are changing, I think women are also somewhere valuing themselves a lot more, and things change when women start valuing themselves, because that's the most important thing.
Everybody.
Where you feel the hunger that, no, I think I bring a lot more to the table, or I can bring a lot more to the table, where I think I can take a slightly more meatier, something more meaningful, as a role. And I think there are so many women, whether it's Kajol ma'am, whether it's Bebo, whether it's, of course, Vidya ma'am, Madhuri ma'am, so many people who are like really, really doing some amazing work and very different from what they've done before. So they're also evolving, they're also moving with the time. And yeah, of course, I think it's a lot of fun to work with women. And these women, all of them that I've worked with, have inspired me to another extent. And to share the screen with them, there's only a lot of learning that comes.
Again, the person here sitting in front of me is not just an actor, producer, also is an entrepreneur. So donning many hats, would I say smoothly, bumps here and there, with trying to manage time and all of that in between.
Considering that I'm not very good at multitasking, yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good right now.
And you are doing multiple things. So I think you're getting the hang of it, Kriti. I don't think it's too bad. But no, I'm saying this because sometimes you get to learn from the other aspect of things, right? So there might be chances that your entrepreneurial journey might be impacting your journey as an actor. You're learning from different streams eventually, and it's only going to help you. Has that overlap helped you in a way? Have there been observations that you felt like, I've learned from this and I've applied it here? So it's working out great.
So I've been also a model before. So, the photo shoots and everything. And being an actor also, you end up doing a lot of photo shoots. I think that has helped me when I sort of shoot for a hyphen product, where I think I have a better sense of how it'll look the best. Or how it should be marketed the best. So I think a part of me has learned from my shooting process. Again, when it comes to being a producer, I have sort of, because I've been on the other side of the camera, I think I've sensed the filmmaking process on various sets. And I'm a learner, so I try and grasp whatever I can. I try and observe whatever I can. So I think somewhere that also helps when you're being a producer, where you know the other side as well of how it works, or how the actor would be comfortable, or what doesn't work, or how important food is for the crew, things like that, small things. So I feel like, yeah, it's all me in every, wearing all the hats. So somewhere they do impact each other and they do help each other.
Before I, of course, let the audience give in some questions, I'd like to also end with this. You've had a very inspiring journey. Like, I keep on hammering on this word outsider, like we all like to do. But it is because you have truly hustled here and worked upon and reached where you are. You had heartbreaks in this journey, in your career, ups and downs, and then you've managed to maintain where you are, choose roles accordingly, and carry forward. What have been your learnings, A? And also for the actors who are coming in today, who might not have any connection here like you never did, how, maybe few words for them as to how can they keep on hoping even when they keep on failing?
I think I'll take the last bit first, where for anyone who's entering or is aspiring to be an actor, I think what is very important is for you to consistently grow and evolve and work on yourself. That is very important. Whether a film fails, whether a film does well at the box office, that is not in your hands. What is in your hands is how you give your 100%, 200%, where even a film fails, it should never be like, oh, she was not good in the film or he was not good in the film. And also it's important to just learn, keep growing. You know, you can't, otherwise you're going to stay at the same place. So it's very important to stay curious. It's very important to ask questions. In the beginning of my career, and even sometimes now, you know, people on set sometimes make fun of me, whether it's my co-actors or sometimes directors, or like, "Arey, ye bahut sawal puchti hai," or she asks a lot of questions. She's going to ask you 1,000 questions when she comes on set. But I think my way of learning and growing is that if I don't ask questions, it's all going to stay inside. What am I learning? How am I learning? So I would say don't be hesitant to ask questions. Always be curious and always try and keep learning and growing and getting better. Whether you're getting a film, whether you're not getting a film, this is an instrument that you have to keep working, otherwise it's going to get rustic. So I think that is very important. What I have learned in this journey of mine, yes, I've had ups and downs, and I think I'm glad that I did, because I'm glad I got to learn so much from those ups and downs. I'm glad I realized that both the ups and downs are equally temporary. And what matters is how consistent you are. You have to be consistent at what you do. Where you know, the ups and downs of the failures of the films don't really affect you. Yes, they affect you in terms of you start questioning your choices and probably learn from your mistakes and recorrect things. But they don't affect you because you have been still your best. You have given your best. So that is a big learning. And the second learning is genuinely, there's a lot of chatter around us, you know, as actors. A lot of people tell you what to do, what not to do, what is the best thing. This is a big project, you know, sometimes it's fine if you don't have much to do. And to be honest, I've gone through all of that. I've also listened to many things. And I've also realized that, you know, like I said, the film failing or doing well at the box office is not in my control. There are certain films where I have really, my heart has been there. And, you know, when I'm on set. And when those films have not worked, I've been heartbroken. But if you ask me, would I go back and do the same film again? I would. Because I enjoyed the journey of it. You know, it's not about the destination. It is about the journey. I really enjoyed it. It made me a better actor. I learned so much. I have amazing memories with people. And that's what matters. Whereas the films which I just felt like, it's a great project. And, you know, okay, people are saying, my agent is saying I should do it, so I should probably do it. Great people involved, might collect 100 CR and all. That 100 CR is not in my hands, nor is it in anybody else's hands. But if your heart is not in it, when that film doesn't work, एक तो heartbreak होता ही नहीं है, क्योंकि था ही नहीं दिल वहाँ पे, है ना? Heartbreak तो नहीं होता है, ऊपर से लगता है क्यों करा? So I think that learning that your heart has to be in it. You have to follow your gut. You have to listen to your gut. There is no formula and there will never be.
Love that. Basically, dil ki suno, है ना? दिल की सुनो और किसी और की मत सुनो और fearless choices करते रहो like Kriti Sanon has done. But we still have 10 more minutes. We are keeping this podium open for questions. Would request the media to take their questions on the red carpet because we have only 10 minutes. Others not from the media fraternity, please ask your questions. Yes, please, sir. can you give the mic to the person sitting right here? Hello, sir.
Hello, Kriti. You are looking
Hi.
so pretty.
Thank you.
Sir, could you please introduce yourself? Tell us your name.
Yeah, my name is Inder Tripathi and I am an actor and writer. तो जैसे कि अभी रुद्रानी ने आपसे पूछा कि आप अपने प्रोडक्शन हाउस के लिए अगली स्टोरी कौन सी है, आपने कहा अभी तक आपको ऐसी कोई तितली मिली नहीं है ना, तो वो जो तितलियां हवा में उड़ रही हैं फिजाओं में इधर उधर, वो कैसे आपकी शाखाओं तक पहुंचे और आपको वो कहानियां
Smooth! This is a smooth pitch. That's how you do it.
I do have an email ID, which obviously, if I should not announce like that, but it's there on Blue Butterfly Films. Blue Butterfly Films का एक handle है जो Instagram पे भी है, उस पे आपको एक mail ID मिल जाएगा, तो आप वहाँ भेज सकते हैं. And I do have a team that sort of goes through the scripts and scans them. अगर आप अपनी script के साथ synopsis भी भेजेंगे, जो 2-3 पेज की हो, तो जल्दी पढ़ी जाएगी. So that is one way of reaching out.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I love that this is a producer-rated question. I love this.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's very important to send synopsis, is what I'm trying to say, because not everyone can go through every script, you know, on the whole.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for asking that question. Can we please pass the mic to the lady here, please? वो आ गया आपके पास वहाँ
That is you only.
वहाँ पे
अरे,
मैम
इधर.
I'm so sorry.
नो प्रॉब्लम पहले आप अपना नाम बताइए प्लीज
So, my name is Iti Acharya. I'm a very big fan of both of you. I'll start with Rudrani because Kriti, of course, everybody knows you in the room. So, Rudrani is somebody I've been following her journey since past 5 years. I love the way she is always supporting and empowering new talent, somebody like me, because I'm a producer and actor from Bangalore. And Rudrani, heads off to you. I was so happy. I've already bombarded your Instagram with a lot of your beautiful photos and Instagram, so it's a privilege. And secondly, now coming back to Kriti, I am such a big fan today, and I have to say that the way you look, I mean, I have a friend sitting right next to me. He's from Bihar, so he literally went out with his heart in complimenting you, and me being a lady, I was also like, oh my God, you look gorgeous.
Thank you.
That
Thank
she
you so
does.
much.
इस पे तो एक round of applause फिर से ये तो सब जानते हैं दिल से everybody agrees to this.
And I would love to talk to you in Hindi, but I know we have multilingual people here, so I'll talk in this thing. I've been following your work since your first Telugu movie. The person who briefly trained you for that film, Mr. Arvind, also trained me for a lot of my Kannada films. So we have little this thing, and he has always asked me to follow you since that year. So I have been following you, and you became a producer, and I started doing something small in my capacity. And I would definitely want a message from you, any kind of, motto you can give me, or any kind of suggestion you can give somebody like me who idealize you at everything. First as an actor and second as a producer. Thank you.
How sweet, how sweet. As an actor, as a producer, तो यार मैं खुद सीख रही हूँ अभी. I'm too new to give you any suggestions. I think I like being the newcomer here. But as an actor, I would just say that stay you and stay original. Don't try and, even if someone inspires you, take the inspiration, take the good, but be you. You know, don't become someone else or try and become someone else because that other person exists. You know, you don't exist. You're just one. So be original, be you. Otherwise, what's happening is everyone's becoming everyone's clones. So we need like real people. We need real actors, original. That, you know, it has to come from your heart. It can't come from someone else's.
This is fantastic
Thank
advice.
you so much.
Thank you so much for your question. Okay, can we please pass it to the lady here, please, in the first row? We will give it to you. Okay, ma'am, okay. You take it, we'll come to you next, ma'am. She already has the mic. Sorry.
She stood up also, so
She
extra
was
points.
very enthused about it. Ma'am, आपका नाम क्या है, please?
मैम थैंक यू सो मच कि आपने मुझे माइक के लिए दिया.
बिल्कुल.
मेरा नाम जूली है और मैं अभी जस्ट एक फीचर फिल्म कंप्लीट की हूँ जिसमें बेस्ट फीचर फिल्म का भी अवार्ड मिला है, बेस्ट डेब्यू डायरेक्टर अवार्ड मिला है.
वाह, congratulations, ma'am. बहुत बढ़िया.
फिल्म का नाम
Congratulations.
है दाल रोटी ब्रेड बटर पर मैं एक
दाल रोटी ब्रेड बटर.
दाल रोटी ब्रेड एंड बटर.
Dal roti bread and butter. Once round of applause for this lovely lady here, please.
माइग्रेशन ऑफ फार्मर. तो मैम मेरा जो क्वेश्चन है, क्वेश्चन नहीं, मेरा पेन है, जो सिर्फ मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि यहाँ आने का जो मौका मिला है वो पेन यहीं पे सॉल्व हो सकता है. आई एम डूइंग अ सेकेंड फिल्म, फीचर फिल्म, एंड एस्टैब्लिश बैनर ऑफ प्रोड्यूसर. मैं आर्टिस्ट तक नहीं पहुंच पा रही हूँ और मुझे सेलेबल चाहिए था, तो मैं कीर्ति मैम तक पहुंची हूँ. अगर हो सके तो वो मुझे नरेशन के लिए अगर टाइम दे दें मुंबई में.
यहाँ
तो I'm
पे
very, very
सब
grateful
काम
to
की
you.
बातें क्यों कर रहे
क्योंकि
हैं?
मैम मुझे ये मौका मिला है, मैं पहुंच नहीं पा रही हूँ. मैं बहुत कोशिश की, मेरे पास कोई ऐसा लिंक नहीं है. आई ट्राई माई इंस्टाग्राम थ्रू, ट्विटर थ्रू, लिंक्डइन.
सो रुद्रानी जो है,
Please,
इनके
please.
पास मेरे मैनेजर का नंबर है, तो ये आपको मेरे मैनेजर का नंबर दे देंगी.
Okay, thank you,
और
thank
फिर
you so
आप
much,
भी जैसा कि उनको
Yeah.
बोला सिनॉप्सिस के साथ
या
एक स्क्रिप्ट भेज सकते
गॉट
हैं.
इट. एंड पहली फिल्म होती तो आई गॉट इट कि डायरेक्टर को काम आता है नहीं आता है, मैं कैसे आगे बढ़ जाऊं.
जी.
तो
मैं आपकी फिल्म जरूर देखूंगी,
Yeah.
बट कांग्रेचुलेशन.
थैंक यू सो मच मैम.
थैंक यू सो मच मैम. और आपने, मैं बोलना चाहूँगी कि आपने शुरुआत कर दी है.
Yes,
आपको सराहा जा रहा है और इस प्लेटफॉर्म में आप आई हैं, मतलब आप में है वो जज्बा. और जैसे प्रीति ने कहा, इसके बाद मैं ज़रूर आपको टच में उनकी टीम के साथ कर दूंगी. सो डोंट वरी. ऑल द बेस्ट मैम.
डायरेक्टर के लिए जो आर्टिस्ट होता है ना, वो
जी.
भी एकदम फीमेल सेलेबल और परफॉर्मर, वो उनके स्क्रिप्ट को जान डाल देता है.
जी. Done. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you
ma'am.
so much,
चलिए,
ma'am.
can we give it to this lady, please? Here, she's been trying for a while to ask a question. Sorry, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello. Kriti.
आपको भी मैनेजर का नंबर चाहिए?
Oh my God.
मैं यहाँ पे सब, मैं हेल्प करूँगी सबको. Don't worry.
Kriti,
I'm gonna.
myself Kusum Makwana. I'm coming from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. I'm working with government of Gujarat. I'm already done my kind of work. Writing a script as well.
Oh, wow.
You are very beautiful.
Thank you so
After
much.
Madhubala and Madhuri Dixit, the third one is you are the person and the smile.
अरे
Oh wow.
So I
मेरा
just
दिन
want to
बन गया.
see-
ये बिगेस्ट कॉम्प्लीमेंट था, इससे ऊपर कुछ नहीं आ
You
सकता.
just smile once. This is the thing, Lovely. Congratulations for Mimi, the mind-blowing
thank you.
performance. You deserve that. The question is that, cut it in short because time भी नहीं है ज़्यादा लोगों के पास. आपका ड्रीम रोल क्या है जो आप करना चाहे, कि कुछ ऐसा कि जहाँ पहुँचना है in Bollywood as an actress.
ड्रीम रोल, ये बहुत टफ है, क्योंकि ऐसा कुछ है नहीं कि एक रोल मैं कर लूँ तो उसके बाद कुछ और नहीं करना चाहूँगी. ऐसा कोई नहीं है. अभी बहुत सारे अलग अलग तरह के रोल्स हैं जो मैंने नहीं किए हैं, जो मैं करना चाहूँगी. आई वुड लव टू बी अ सुपर वुमन. आई थिंक इंडिया में ज़्यादा
We
हुआ नहीं
need
है.
to make it happen.
I would love to do action. I would also love to play a complete negative character. Like I said, I had a lot of fun playing Shelly in Dopatti. She had a touch of grey, but वो touch था थोड़ा और ज़्यादा ग्रे वाला कैरेक्टर, क्योंकि ये कैरेक्टर्स जो है ना, वो आपके खुद से बहुत अलग होते हैं और करने में मज़ा आता है, कुछ अलग होता है. आपकी पर्सनैलिटी उसमें आप ढूंढ ही नहीं पाते हो. सो आई वुड लव टू डू लाइक दीज कैरेक्टर्स. एंड ऑफ कोर्स आई हैव नॉट डन अ बायोपिक येट, सो आई वुड लव टू ऑल्सो डू अ बायोपिक. किसकी मत पूछना, दिमाग में नहीं है,
मैं
नहीं
बोल
तो
दूं,
कर लेती.
तो चिंगारी लगा दूं. उन्होंने मधुबाला बोल ही दिया है, तो वो तो अगर कोई करना चाहते हैं तो क्यों नहीं.
अगर
बोलने के लिए
आप
मैं डाल
राइटर
दूं.
भी हैं मैम, आप लिख दीजिए.
Thank you so much. I will come to you. Thanks, ma'am.
थैंक यू.
थैंक यू सो मच मैम. द जेंटलमैन आउट देयर, वो एकदम वहाँ से तब से बेचारे उठाए उन्होंने हाथ. आई हैव टू गिव इट टू हिम. थैंक यू. सॉरी सर.
Hello, ma'am.
हाय.
I'm Akash.
Hi, Akash.
And I come from the Goa Institute of Management. I'm an MBA student. I just had 2 of my exams today, and I have another tomorrow, but I've come here specially to see you. I've been following you from quite some time, because at one point of time, even I had an act for acting. I mean, I still have. It's just due to the circumstances I've put it on hold. So I just want to know from you that since this session is on women leading the way in cinema, how was that first moment or the first reaction at your home after completing engineering when you told your parents that you want to get into acting? So being a woman, like, what was this reaction or the setup at home, and parents ने कैसे react किया था?
Well, मेरे parents, fortunately, they were pretty supportive. Though coming from a middle class family, you know, where no one belongs to the industry. It's my mom's a professor, my dad's a CA, मैं खुद engineering कर रही थी. So there was a very, you know, sort of academic kind of an environment at home. And this was a bit of a jhatka. But I think they could see me dreaming when I had started dreaming. So the first thing was कि degree complete करनी है. So you better finish your degree. You're not going anywhere before that. And second thing was that, you know, I think like all parents, they were also a little worried because this profession is not a very secure profession. There are so many people who come from various cities with the same kind of dreams and probably more talent, you know. It is about also getting the opportunity and getting it at the right time. So they had sort of, मुझे थोड़ा सा बाग told me कि you have to give GMAT entrance exam, you know, where you're doing your auditions and all of that is fine. But when you're trying, you have to get a good score because that score is going to be valid for 5 years. So I remember when I moved to Mumbai, I used to go towards Andheri where there used to be these Jambori classes for GMAT entrance exam, and simultaneously I used to give some auditions for some movies, and then I used to come back home. And I was shooting for my first Telugu film. After the first schedule, there was a gap of 2 months where I gave my GMAT entrance exam and I got a decent score. And then I told them that now this is for you. Now I'm going to do what I want to do. So I think that plan B, sometimes you have to give to your parents for their own peace of mind. Because they're your parents, they are going to worry and they're not wrong there. So, but yeah, but जब एक प्लान ए दिमाग में होता है ना तो और कहीं दिमाग जाता नहीं है.
सर ये हमारी शर्मा जी की बेटी है, हर चीज में अच्छी है तो पेरेंट्स को बोल सकते हो अरे मैं पढ़ाई में भी अच्छी हूं मुझे करने दो, तो बेसिकली पढ़ाई में अच्छा होना पड़ेगा to win that battle. I guess
not necessarily everyone doesn't have to give a GMAT entrance exam, but you have to sort of make your parents feel okay and comfortable and be like I can do it, and then work really hard. Because अपने आप खाली डेस्टिनी से कुछ नहीं आएगा. You have to be very good at what you do. So that's the only main thing.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And you're looking very gorgeous.
Thank you. आज बहुत ज़्यादा लोगों ने बोल दिया.
ओहो, अच्छा fourth row में she's been really trying to ask a question. This the lady out here. Fourth row में आपको आप खड़े हो जाइए मैम.
पीछे also there are some people. Rudrani, your eyes are not going behind. खड़े हो गए वो लोग.
I'm going to go. The thing is, I'm coming there. Sorry, I'm coming there next. And I'm sorry, but do we have time for taking 2 questions? Only one. यहाँ बेचारे.
Okay, 2 बोल दिया उसने. 1 का 2 हो गया ऐसे.
अच्छा 2. We'll take 2 from there. Okay, done. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Hello, hi. मैं पक्का काम के बारे में नहीं बात करूँगी. My name is Sumaya Sheikh. I am recently crowned as Miss Goa and I'm an influencer.
Oh wow.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Okay, so my question for you is Kriti. Since you said that you're an outsider, so I wanted to know like how has been industry treating you? Because आजकल ज़्यादा से nepo kids चल रहे हैं, star kids. So I'm being very honest. So I wanted to know like how has been industry treating you?
I think it's given me a very warm welcome since the time I've come. Of course, when you don't belong to a film background, it takes time for you to get there. It takes time for you to get those opportunities that you crave for. It takes time for you to even get magazine covers, you know. So everything is a bit of a struggle. But I think after 2-3 films, if you keep working hard and if you are at it, nothing can stop you. So I also know that. So and ये जो हम nepo kids करते रहते हैं, I feel it's not the industry so much that's responsible. It is also the media and eventually the audiences. Because the audiences want to watch what the media is putting about certain star kids and they feel interested. And because they feel interested, the people in the industry who feel like, okay, people are interested in them, so maybe make a movie here. So I feel it's a circle. It's everyone all together. But I believe that eventually, if you're talented, you get there. And no matter where you come from, if you're not talented, beyond 4-5 films, people have to connect with you. If you don't connect with you, then you are not going to get there.
Lovely. You look very pretty and we are very proud of you, like whatever you're doing right now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you. Okay, मुझे बोला गया है तो मुझे अभी पीछे से लेना पड़ेगा. Please, I'm
traffic
apologize.
police बन गए almost.
Yeah, Kriti, why don't you just choose this one? है ना? Okay, sir, you.
I mean, they both are sitting together. Can you combine your questions?
Okay.
Okay.
We are coming all the way from Kerala.
Oh, 1 second. Was he standing only for you?
Yeah.
How sweet.
Mallu boys.
Real दोस्ती. ये होती है real दोस्ती.
So
अभी तो एक correct shot लेने के लिए थोड़ा दूर गया है. और friendship यार.
यार, hats off. This is real दोस्ती.
So we are coming all the way from Kerala. Your fans across South would love to see you on screen. What would it take to convince you to say yes to a South Indian project?
A great script. That's all. That's
a great
all.
answer.
One more. What is the boldest choice you have taken in your career so far, and how did it redefine your path in the industry?
Sorry, I didn't get that bit. What?
What is the boldest choice you have taken in your career so far, and how did it redefine your path in the industry?
I think, yeah, sabne answer kar diya. I think probably Mimi at that point, considering not many women want to go for, surrogacy and play a mother that young in their age. And that's exactly what I was hearing. But I think the story touched my heart a lot. And I was also craving to perform. And it gave me that platform to perform. It had an arc. It had a lot for me to do as an actor. And I was really hungry. And I think I just took that opportunity because my heart said yes. So that probably.
Ma'am, now they fire me. We have really time for only one last question.
Only one last question. I'm so sorry. But उनके हाथ में माइक है. Please माफ कर देना मुझे बाकी, please. Go ahead, sir. And please introduce yourself. आपका नाम बताइए.
My name is Omkar Rishprabhu. I'm a content creator. I just have one question because I just saw Dopati yesterday, and वो दो कैरेक्टर जो आपने किए हैं वो बहुत ही अमेजिंग थे, लेकिन वो दोनों कैरेक्टर प्ले करते हुए कौन से कैरेक्टर में आपको ज़्यादा मेहनत करनी पड़ी वो पोर्ट्रे करने में? That's the only question.
I think Soumya required a little more because she had a lot more trauma to her and there was a lot more layers to her. So Soumya required a lot more insight and for me to really dig in deep. Shelley, like I said, had no moral compass. She didn't care. And she was more, what you see is what you get. And that's easier to do. When you play a character that is showing something else from the outside but actually has many layers inside, that's more difficult to play. So for me, Soumya was a trickier one. But at the same time, I think what was the most challenging in that film was that I had 70% of the scenes had two me's. And that technically gets very challenging, especially when you are supposed to do an emotional scene with yourself. Because when you're performing, you don't really have yourself acting in front of you. You have a body double who may not be an actor, and I think actors will understand sometimes it's better to not receive any cues and act with a wall than act with someone who may not act well. So, there are some actors who've clapped behind. So I think that was very, very challenging because I had to perform to myself. So you also have to block what the other person is doing. I have to know where Shelley's hand is going to go on her hand, where she's going to maybe hold her face, exact points. I'll have to know it before I even perform Shelley, before I even perform Soumya. So I think that was the most challenging bit, which is also what made it very exciting. And I think the director I really have to give him hats off to him. He used to really very sweetly come to me and ask me, which one do you want to do first? Do you want to play Soumya first or do you want to play Shelley first? And then I used to decide on the basis of who's leading the scene. Is Soumya leading the scene or is Shelley leading the scene? And I would choose like that. So, yeah, it's a lot more complicated than what it seems to be. But yeah, it's very, very exciting as well. I'm glad that you liked it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Love you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. First of all, before I absolutely close this, I really apologize to my friends from the media. Because we don't have time, you will get a time to interact with her in the red carpet. So I really apologize for that. And thank you to everybody who asked questions, and also thank you for the patience. You've been a fantastic audience. A round of applause for all of you all first. Thank you so much for being so interactive with us. Thank you, and I would also like to thank IFFI and Netflix for continuing to have such conversations. And of course, the wonderful Kriti Sanon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Lovely being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can you have a big round of applause for both these incredible women?